Assalamualaikum to all of you. Welcome to our video presentation. In this video, we were going to have a discussion with the issue and also challenges in Ar-Rahnu. So what is Ar-Rahnu? So in the traditional pawnbroking systems, pawn shops perform pawnbroking, which is a type of lending institution. Ar-Rahnu is basically Islamic pawnbroking, which means it follows Sharia principles. Like conventional pawnbroking, you are given a loan in exchange for something valuable of yours in case you cannot pay back the loan. With Ar-Rahnu, you can only pawn gold or jewelry, unlike conventional pawn shops that accept handphones and other electronics. There are three main Islamic concepts that Ar-Rahnu follows. The first one, Qardul Hasan. You only pay the amount you borrow. This means you won't be charged interest on your loan. The second one, Ar-Rahnu and Al-Wadi'ah. You have to leave a valuable item behind as collateral in order to get a loan. And the third one is Al-Ujra. You can be charged a fee for your valuables for them to keep your valuables. So the fee will be in the form of safekeeping fee or a profit rate. The introduction of Islamic pawnbroking in Malaysia is seen as a new microcredit instrument because it gives low-income people and small businesses with limited capital or that have been shut out of the leading financial system a way to get money. So in addition to stopping illegal or unlicensed financing, it allows people to invest. Without further ado, let us start with our discussion.
For the issue, problems with the core of a merge contract. This means that in the framework, the Ar-Rahnu contract is carried out in tandem with the Wada Yada Mana contract for the same commodity. Because several of the provisions of the two contracts are in the direct oppositions to one another, including the time frame in which the place or good must be returned to its owner. This form of contract combination is invalid and improvisable. For instance, according to the original Wadi'ah judgment, the good must be provided in writing to the owner at any time the owner so desires. The pledged goods, Marhun, must be returned to its owner once the pledger, Rahim, has completed his responsibility, which contrary to the precedent set by the Ar-Rahnu contract. This is because, according to the Sharia, the person who occupies the location designated as the multahin in Ar-Rahnu contract may legally withhold the mahun until the rahim pays off his debt. If the mahun has to be returned to the owner upon his request, like in the case of Wadi'ah, the objective for which the Ar-Rahnu contract was legislated is defeat, as its principal intention is to secure that which is the ishtihar. On the other hand, in a Wadi'ah contract, the custodian must restore the consigning good to the consignor if the consignor requires its return. If you question them, it is mandatory for the consignee who has entrusted with Wadi'ah to keep it safe and to return it to its owner when he asks for it. Despite all Arabic elaboration on the same topic that follows in Wadi'ah, it is not obligatory to keep that which is to the owner until it is requested. I don't see why it isn't obligatory in Ar-Rahnu to return it till the obligation is paid off. The Wadi'ah contract is not legally binding and can be cancelled at any moment by any side.
The lack of a legal framework and a governing body with jurisdiction over Ar-Rahnu is one of the difficulties pertaining to it in Malaysia. Ar-Rahnu has a greater capacity to entice clients than a conventional pawn shop. Because of the plan's usually free service and affordable safeguarding fees, Ar-Rahnu is able to attract more users. However, there have been a number of incidents of call scams that have emerged in the market recently. As a result, both charger and charger are concerned. Traditional pawn shop businesses can operate as pawn shop without any problems in Malaysia. This is because the traditional pawnbroking industry is protected by the Pawn Shop Act of 1972. Before this, the Ar-Rahnu plan's execution was governed by the Pawn Shop Act of 1972. The Pawn Shop Act of 1972 does not entirely follow Sharia law. This is because all forms of interest are prohibited under Sharia. Due to the non-compliance provision, Ar-Rahnu is no longer covered by the Pawn Shop Act of 1972. To provide direction regarding Ar-Rahnu, the Malaysian Cooperative Commission established the Ar-Rahnu Pawnbroking Guideline Activity. The rules do not adequately safeguard the rights of the parties to the Ar-Rahnu contract. This instruction primarily only addresses the core elements of Ar-Rahnu as they are presented by Sharia, such as the charge concept and the pillar of charge, and it leaves out the procedures and other crucial conditions that are necessary to protect the parties to Ar-Rahnu contracts.
Hi, Assalamualaikum Miss Nazra. My name is Muhammad Shafiq, and now let me explain to you the second challenge of Ar-Rahnu. So for second challenge name is there's no specific law for Ar-Rahnu. So we must be wondering why it's actually there's no specific law for Ar-Rahnu. So let's let it start a little back to history for the early stages of Malaysia when Ar-Rahnu was being introduced. So actually Ar-Rahnu was being bounded for the law on Malaysia that known as the Pawn Shop Act 1972. In spite of that, there are a few part component section of Pawn Shop Act of 1972 that does not follow the Islamic Sharia requirements, and the main reason is because of exists form of interest which known as riba that are prohibited in Islamic Sharia law. But the question is actually for now until for today in Malaysia, why? Is there any protection law that can be to protect Ar-Rahnu? In the same context, even though that Malaysia does not have any specific law to protect Ar-Rahnu, but it's actually Malaysia are following 4 pillars in order to execute Ar-Rahnu business activities, which is the first pillar is actually parties to contract. Second is the expression of offer and acceptance. The third pillar is actually the protected debt and the right in the pawn contract. And the lastly, fourth pillar is the asset has been pledged, which is known as al-marhun. So that will be our 4 pillars that will be our guideline in order to follow Ar-Rahnu. For an illustration, so if the debtor are incapable to meet settlement in their debt on Ar-Rahnu, so what would be the situations? So the situation will be the pledged asset, property, pawn will be sold by the debtor, and the financial value that the debtor are received from the sale of the pawn asset will be given to the creditor due to the unable to pay for their debt. And then, however, if the time for the settlement of debt is fixed, the pledger or debtor has to meet the debt within that time in order to secure the pledged asset of Ar-Rahnu.
There are various challenges facing the Ar-Rahnu institution even though they have grown over the past 24 years. The first challenge faced by Ar-Rahnu institutions is the increasing competition in the market. Competition occurs between Ar-Rahnu institutions and conventional pawn shops. Conventional pawning is considered a competitor in line with the original goal of the existence of the Ar-Rahnu institution, established as an alternative to the existence of conventional pawning. For example, Ar-Rahnu institutions are seen to be facing competition with conventional pawnbrokers and ahlong that charge a high marhun interest or profit value and give a higher loan value for certain categories of goods. Therefore, customers will be more attracted to conventional pawn shops, and because of that, there is fierce competition in terms of getting customers. Community acceptance of Ar-Rahnu is less satisfactory than conventional pawn shops because conventional pawn shops have been around for a long time compared to Ar-Rahnu institutions. Therefore, this competition will affect the business operations of Ar-Rahnu institutions. Although conventional pawning is illegal, there are still Muslim customers who deal with conventional pawning. This is because they are more comfortable choosing conventional pawning services because it does not take a long time and is complicated compared to Ar-Rahnu, which has certain procedures during the process pawning are made despite realizing that the interest rate charged is higher. However, this competition can be overcome by offering the advantages and uniqueness of products and the capabilities of each institution. In addition to facing competition with conventional pawn shops, Ar-Rahnu also faces competition between their institutions in obtaining customers consisting of entrepreneurs. As a customer, entrepreneurs will look for and choose short-term financing services that offer simpler services and lower costs. Safekeeping fees are a contributing factor to Ar-Rahnu's ability offered by cooperative and franchises. For example, customers at Ar-Rahnu Maidam are more comfortable dealing with the institution because Ar-Rahnu Maidam offers low safekeeping charges. Therefore, every Ar-Rahnu institution must always offer attractive services while maintaining safekeeping charges and easy loan processes to retain existing customers and attract new customers to use the services offered.
Some Islamic banks in Malaysia have Ar-Rahnu facilities. There are also other non-bank companies such as Pos Malaysia that offer Ar-Rahnu facilities. Islamic pawnbroking system can fill the gap in the country's short-term credit system. Islamic pawnbroking doesn't try to compete with regular pawnbroking but does help meet the growing demand. Since the first Islamic pawnbroking service opened, the number of people who use it has been growing steadily. So customers prefer Islamic pawnbroking services to regular pawnbroking service because Islamic pawnbroking service offer fast, easy, riba-free, and also precise microcredit. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys will have a good day. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.